Yo YouTube, man, we're back here with another Madden video for you guys today, man. And I made a post and I said, would you like to see the most OP cards in Madden 20 history? So this is from the course from what, July when it came out up until what, June. But it's the fact we ain't getting no content. I can make this video now. But thank you guys for all love support over Madden 20. I can see myself hitting 10K subs in Madden 21, y'all. I'm taking my vacation. When Madden 21 comes out, y'all, we taking over. The way we was like racking it up in Madden 20, and I don't have that much of a following, guys. The Madden community is in trouble. Now I am working on 2K, but I'm coming back to Madden because y'all guys are my family. Now, today's topic is the most overpowered cards in Madden 20 history. So this is from July up until what, June, July, when was the last power up expansion. But these are just my this is just my opinion. If you want to change your order, you can. It will be some honorable mentions. Let's get straight into it. So coming in at number 10, I have two cards. I have Master Torrey Holt and I have Marvin Harrison. It's kind of hard because I want to make a top 20 or something like that. But Torrey Holt and Marvin Harrison, when the game first came out, these were like the only two cards with 90 speed. Nobody could keep up, especially run that wheel route with your receivers, or if you're running man coverage, they're gone. This card here gave me issues for like the first 4 months of Madden. This card here was definitely one of the best receivers, and you can still say every time we get a series update, this was the best card in the game because he has the best speed until they came out with a new legend card. But besides that, you can't argue. It's non-negotiable. This card here was the best receiver in MUT for majority of the year. Coming in at number 9, we had Lamar Jackson and Steve Young. At the time, when the escape artist, I think he was the first quarterback to get escape artist, no one could catch Steve Young. And plus that glitch was going on. If you tackle him behind the line of scrimmage, you couldn't touch him. You just bounce right off. The best thing about the difference between him and Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson was really good at just scrambling. His throwing stats was abysmal. He couldn't throw a quarter 10 yards. But this one here, he was at the time very great stats, damn near 90. Stats across the board. Like I said, I was rocking with Patrick Mahomes for majority of the year at the beginning, but once I got, I believe, who was my first escape artist quarterback? I think it was Andrew Luck. Yes, it was Andrew Luck. This card here was just very annoying. He dominated everybody because he had great throwing stats. The only issue I have with him was he was left-handed. Like I said, Lamar Jackson, he had 90 speed, and at that point in time, no one else had close to 90 speed. So once you scramble, and he has a skateboard, so once you scramble, you're not going to be able to catch him unless you blitz or whatever. But the problem with the game was the QB contains was very consistent. It never really worked majority of the time. Sometimes you have to put 2 QB spots to stop him. Number 8, I'm gonna go with Lawrence Taylor / Jadeveon Clowney. Now we all know Lawrence Taylor cards are glitchy, and everyone, about 90% of everyone watching this video will say this. They had this Lawrence Taylor card until he got his NFL 100 card in what, November? So that's about 2-3 months. The problem with this game is that you can't run a 4-3. You can't. It's basically pointless because all the linebackers can't they can't do both. Either pass rush, no coverage, or they can do coverage but no pass rush. Lawrence Taylor, I don't care. He can do everything. He's the fuck up guy. He goes up there and mess everything up. The minute you see that helmet and that loose ass jersey, oh yeah, that's LT. And luckily they added the feature to where you can start double teaming people. That was very clutch, and I thank you EA for that. But at that time, Lawrence Taylor just dominated everybody. The same with Jadeveon Clowney. Like I said, Jadeveon Clowney at that time, you had Lawrence Taylor NFL 100, who was legit the best right outside linebacker. Also, you had Kevin Green, Ted Hendricks, but Jadeveon Clowney was just a monster. The minute he got off that block, and the minute they added the fourth ability, this card here was very 7. You can't argue about this. Was MUT hero Saquon Barkley. Hell, even the 84 elite, base elite Saquon Barkley was giving people issues. I remember when this card first came out. I kind of sucked with this card, but everyone was talking about it. I just never really used one. I think I was still using Todd Gurley at the time. He was I don't know what was wrong with this card, but he was just, every time he had, like I said, their break tackle was so high at the time. Every time you touched him, he would just break it. He would just juke you out of your shoes. This card here was, you could say, was arguably better than Bo Jackson. If you didn't have in the MUT 10 Bo Jackson, this was a wonderful substitute because he was just so dominant. I think he was going for like 500, 200K along with Jalen Ramsey. This card here was a beast. When he got the team of the week and, Theme Diamond or whatever it was, it was kind of basically too late because we would have better running backs. But if that card would have came out early in the year, I'd definitely use this running back. Because he's at number 6, we have Ryan Shazier, the most annoying card in Madden history to me, in my personal opinion. It's up there. It's up there. Trust me. Because at first, at the beginning of the year, y'all, I picked Herman Moore for my MUT captain. I was not a person who was fond of using people. I was just using the D lineman. But once I realized I was getting cooked and you had to start using people, I went to Shazier, and I tell you guys, it changed the game. Another person who's on this list I went to start using was just a beast, and it helped me out a lot. But if you see this card, because he covers so much ground, he is so fast, so tall, and you add Lurker to a linebacker, he's going to snag over everything. This card here, you can say, was one of the best linebackers for the entire year. You just needed him for usering, and you need someone just to, I guess, have great zone on their own and let the computer do their thing. But you can say here, Ryan Shazier was legit the most OP card in the game because he's intercepted everything, and I believe he had Enforcer, so he was also actually really good in the run game as well. But this Ryan Shazier card was just annoying because he was so fast. So we're halfway there. Coming in at number 5, I have Dean Diamond Taylor Mays. Now, I'm not gonna let you guys, I didn't know who the hell this was, because I didn't play what? They say he was a Madden 13 god for MUT. I don't know. I didn't play MUT until Madden 25, if I'm correct. I don't remember. But this dude here in this year's game was annoying. Trust me, I rarely faced this Dean Diamond until once a video started getting made about him. I still rarely played this guy. But when I did, he was just as annoying as Ryan Shazier because honestly, he has good, at the time was really, it's okay zone. People say you want to use him mostly, but if you leave him on his own, he's a beast. Damn near 95 speed, kimmed up damn near 99 with John Madden, stuff like that. His 91 zone. You don't want your safeties in man coverage, but if you put him in man coverage, you get cooked anyway. But 95 hit power, 6'3", was a fucking animal. And plus, if you guys see my videos, I picked the GT Taylor Mays, and I'm telling you, y'all, he was a fucking animal. He was a dog. I don't care what nobody say. He has a starting spot. I don't care who came out after him. He stayed because this card was so good. And he's 6'3" with Lurker. A 6'3" strong set. He dominated. I think once this card came out, it was a GG. I think because once everyone got their hands on him, it was over. I did face the Taylor Mays card, and once he came in the area, I have to automatically go down because I was so scared. Okay, so I switched my order just a little bit. I kind of switched up a little bit. For number 4, I'm gonna go with I guess you say Series Redux / NFL 100 Randy Moss, because when this card first came out, and I think this at the time was the most expensive purchase I have made in this game. It was like 2.2 million when he came out because I love Randy Moss. He was such a beast. 6'3", 6'4", just full of speed and height. It can out jump you. When this card first came out, it was also a wrap for a very, very long time, and this card was on a lot of people's team. I believe until even the NFL 100, this card was on your team for a very, very long time. You couldn't argue about that. 91 speed, 92 jumping, and also the NFL 100 one was just, I think, with the Moss 100, it wasn't as OP as I thought it was going to be, but because you only get one play. But once you use that, you're basically guaranteed free points unless you somehow do pass interference or you just happen to blitz everybody and the quarterback person can't react. But you cannot argue and say that this card was even without the NFL 100, he was very, very good. You put him on a post route, use a escape artist, dash that eye, launch that bitch, bang, touchdown. That's how dominant this is. I say this is the only receiver I can say that really plays to his height and stats. It is very rare, especially in this game, because sometimes the animations really go to the defense. At number 3, I have Bo Jackson. I'm thinking Marcus Allen, but at the time when this card came out, oh hell no. Like I said, I rarely face this card as well, but once I got my hands on him, I pulled him from, I think that's when the Series Redux just came out. I believe I just pulled Bo Jackson. This guy here was tucking motherfuckers to bed. Like, just the speed, the way he runs, like, once he hit the sideline, you wasn't catching. And plus, I think that's when arm bar and bulldozer was active. I don't think he had what is it, bruiser. I don't think he had bruiser. I don't remember. But this card here was like the fastest running back in the game. He can just break through tackles. He put fear in people's heart. And the way the game was broken, there wasn't an inside zone or outside zone guru at the time. He was still dominant. So coming in at number 2, and I believe you guys should automatically know where I'm going to put this guy. At the time, Matt Mustard, I said Mud Master Pat Tillman was just an animal for like the first 6 months of Mud. He was strictly dominant. Guys, at the time, when Enforcer was just him alone with just a one-man wrecking crew on defense. Once you see Pat Tillman, you know you're going to lose the game. Because for one, he played really, for his stats to be really low at the time, he played a beast in the passing game. But when it came to him hit-sticking people, oh, every time I would run toward, I'm like, okay, yep, I'm going to fumble. Crack, I don't know. But Pat Tillman, y'all, was a very dominant, strong, it was the best strong safety in the game. I think until, what was it? What's the one with Jamal Adams or Russell Wilson? Team of the Year. And so I think I replaced him with Team of the Year Jamal Adams, or maybe even Muttmaster. But regardless of the situation, it took a lot to it had to be all, because at the time the safeties were trash. Like even these free safeties, to be honest, unless you had free safety Calvin. Besides that, the safety was trash in this game for a long time. Like they had flashback Landon Collins and shit like that. I don't want no Landon Collins, but this card here wrecked your whole day. I don't care what nobody say. And you guys should know the most OP and broken card, not just in Madden 20 history, in MUT history. I think in the history of these fantasy mode games. What's this? Well, I think Shaq maybe took the cake on last year. But besides that, this card here ruined the game for I think for 2 months, if I'm correct. I believe I won 20 games in Weekend League because of this card alone. I ran for like 400 to 500 yards. Now I'm already good with running backs. I'm running first. But once you put this card in my hands and he break the first tackle, oh, it's GG's. It's automatically GG's. This card here, legit with the bet. At first, when the NFL 100 running backs came out, I said Barry Sanders. And then I said Barry, Eric, Jim, then Emmett. I was right on the last two. Also, you can say Barry Sanders the worst running back out of all of them, for me, in my opinion. Because when he got hawked by Jalen Ramsey, that was it. But this card here was just a game changer. You couldn't tell me this card wasn't annoying. Because every time you see this card, you had to go in, you had to stack the box. You had to have everybody blitz. If not, you run commit, they be like, okay, he'll run commit. Hit his ass with play action. Bang. It was just that simple. This card here was the most dominant card all year. Obviously, I had to patch it, which is I really didn't care, to be honest. I was gonna use the card anyway. But he was on everybody's team. I'm kind of sad that they didn't give him part of the Power Up Expansion Pass, because I think even like he's very, very fast, y'all. Like that's the sad thing about it. If someone made a golden ticket of him, he probably been the best one.